War Thunder 2024 review vehicles. Let's see what are all the vehicles that came about this year in the game. Ooh, nice music. Ooh, okay. Oh wow.
2024 is almost over, which means it's time for our good tradition of
Oh, I
making
like
a
that
short
truck.
summary of the year. Today, we're going to recall the most iconic
This truck looks beautiful in this livery, this paint scheme. It looks way better than its military paint scheme. Wow. I want Coca-Cola to buy trucks like these and sell Cokes from trucks like these. This is so sick. And have maybe the top tubes just fire like direct water can, like Coke cannons.
and noteworthy vehicles added to the game this year.
Oh, maybe it is designed based on Coca-Cola. Is it? I don't know. Feels more maybe Christmas?
Back when the air superiority update came in War Thunder last December, the skies welcomed the most famous 4th gen heavy fighters, the
F-15.
F-15 and the Su-27, as well as the French Mirage 4000.
This was a little bit of an enigma, the Mirage 4000, because like it doesn't really exist. There's only like one or two prototypes ever built, which also kind of like they were nice, they were good, but they weren't what the French wanted. So there's no production record of that plane ever. But I think there's been more vehicles in War Thunder which haven't been production vehicles, like the Jag 141 as well.
And the Swedish Gripen. The new fighters spent the winter learning the ropes in high rank battles and gaining the love of our players. Spring brought the Alpha Strike update, where we launched the process of filling the largest gaps in the tech trees of in game nations. We added new aircraft trees for Hungary and Benelux,
Okay.
with Thailand
New
joining.
countries, a lot of new countries. Oh yeah, Thailand used to have only one plane. The one that I have, the F5CEU, whatever. I forgot the actual title of the plane, but the one right in the middle with the light blue and cyan color.
At the end of the year. These aircraft brought extra variety to the research process and reinforced the vehicle sets of Italy, France, and Japan. The most important
Yeah,
air
it filled up Japan. Japan had nothing before.
event of the year was the new type of armament. They anticipated active radar homing missiles. They were added to the suspended arsenals of many nations at once, and we continue to extend the list of carriers with each new update. While 2023 was the dawn of the new era of 4th gen fighters in War Thunder, 2024 made these planes the most versatile and advanced combat vehicles in the game. Looking back now, we need to admit that it's pretty hard to say which models are the most prominent ones. The planes we added could be united into entire families. Numerous modifications of the F-16 and the F-15, fighter and strike versions of the Su planes, a couple of Chinese Dragons, European Typhoons, and the Rafale. The list goes
The Rafale
on
is a
and
beautiful
on.
plane. Ooh.
2024 also brought a huge number of new ground
Ooh,
vehicles
let's
to
see.
the game. Top rank battles can now offer new modifications of the T-80, the Leopard, and other modern MBTs.
I will say though, I guess they're going about it this way because you have to structure out how you put out the vehicles, because a single vehicle can actually imbalance the game. It's that delicate. If you put the wrong vehicle at the wrong time in the game, it'll be a bit too overpowered. But this is being more and more visible in the air tech trees, in the ground tech trees as well. There's like it's more apparent in the ground tech trees. Everybody has the same damn thing. Everybody has an Abrams, everybody has a Leopard, everybody has a T something. So it feels less, unique, top tier specifically.
There was one highly unusual hybrid of the Abrams and the M60. While the T1E1 and the Object 140 left an impression with their big guns and capped rounds. But tanks weren't alone. Infantry fighting vehicles of all kinds and wheeled machines of all sorts also
Yeah, these are funny because they look really cool. Like they look much cooler than tanks, in my opinion. But they are bigger and fatter and much less armored than tanks. And their offensive, phew, their offensive, their offensive weaponry is also nowhere near that of a tank. So they are cool, but you have to learn how to play them. You can't just get these and straight away head to the enemy. Headstrong. That was the word I was looking for. Headstrong, go into the enemy area. How do I know this? Guess. Guess how I know this.
Reinforced War Thunder tech trees. At medium ranks, we'd like to note the fast reconnaissance vehicles, the Fox and the XM800. In skilled hands, they can force their own rules upon the enemy and help their commanders pull off the
Yeah,
most courageous
see,
tactics.
exactly.
Oh, and we'd also like to mention the new HE slingers. In 2024, we've made some major additions to this class. From the left,
I realized something. For HE to like have like its own cool aspect, for artillery to have its own cool aspect rather, uh there needs to be like a proper some sort of separate artillery training regiment, either like by the game itself officially or by the players. I'm sure it might have somebody might have made a video about this already, where you learn which spots the enemy frequents and like how many enemies show up over there, and then you learn the ranges in different maps, and you can more or less sit in your spawn area and fire in like an actual artillery. That would be really cool. I know some like there's been some videos here and there of like content creators doing that, but that's not the norm of how to use artillery. That'd be cool if you saw like like maybe not six, like three artillery pieces just sitting side by side and dropping constant artillery over like A capture point or C capture point, where you don't have to sit for the artillery button on your tanks thing.
less prominent machines like the American M44 to some advanced modern artillery systems, like the Chinese PLZ-05 and the German Panzerhaubitze 2000. Anti-aircraft systems of various eras joined the duty of protecting allies from aerial threats. From the machine gun battery of the American T-77 to the advanced missiles of the Soviet OSA and Chinese HQ-17, they're all very different, but they fight with equal valiance.
That's cool.
And finally, the seas and oceans of War Thunder welcome several dozen new vessels this year. We've added an entire new tech.
Not a lot of people care. That's some brilliant work. I applaud you for that, but not a lot of people care. The sole War Thunder naval player, they don't know I play War Thunder naval.
Tree
The
of French
meme.
boats, introduced new
Sitting in
versatile
the corner in the
frigates,
party.
destroyers, and some iconic steel giants. The Tennessee, the Ersatz York, the Arkhangelsk, the Rodney, the Mutsu, the Francesco Caracciolo, and the Dunkirk. And now it's time to tally the total number of vehicles in War Thunder. Ready? The current count is 94 helicopters, 207 coastal fleet vessels,
Oof.
260 blue water fleet vessels,
Oof.
1,046 ground vehicles,
1,046 tanks and armored vehicles of various types. That's a lot of work to do. Like each of those tanks probably had like 10 people work on it, or at least five. That is a lot. Oh my goodness.
and 1,201 planes. The grand total is 2,808 vehicles. How many
No,
did
nearly
you manage to
3,000
collect for your
vehicles.
hangar?
Oh
Share it in
my
the
goodness.
comments. See you soon.
I know they don't have all the planes and things on there. I don't think you can fit it all in one screen. But yeah, it is crazy respectable how much they have already done. That's great. Good video.